Welcome to Shadow of History, mysterious, dark, and untold stories from world history. Today, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating and deadly secrets of the ancient world, Greek fire. This ancient superweapon, which was used by the Byzantine Empire, remains one of the greatest technological mysteries of antiquity. It was a weapon that could burn on water, spread uncontrollably, and strike fear into the hearts of even the most powerful enemies. Greek fire was the key to Byzantine naval supremacy and one of the most effective and feared weapons in history. But what exactly was it? And how did it work? Let's dive into the mystery of Greek fire and discover why this ancient weapon was so incredibly powerful. Greek fire was a type of incendiary weapon developed by the Byzantine Empire, most notably during the 7th century. The weapon was used primarily in naval warfare, where it proved to be incredibly effective against enemy ships. Unlike traditional fire, which could be extinguished with water, Greek fire had the terrifying ability to burn even on water. This made it particularly useful in naval battles, where enemies could not escape the flames by fleeing into the sea. The weapon's ability to spread rapidly and burn through the toughest of materials made it a game-changer in ancient warfare. The origins of Greek fire remain shrouded in mystery. The exact composition of the substance was a closely guarded secret, known only to a select few in the Byzantine Empire. The formula was passed down through generations and was considered a state secret of the utmost importance. In fact, the recipe for Greek fire was never fully disclosed, and as a result, historians and scientists have been left to speculate about its ingredients. Ancient texts suggest that it was made from a combination of chemicals, including petroleum, sulfur, and quicklime. However, the full details of its composition remain unknown to this day, making it one of the most enduring mysteries in military history. Greek fire was primarily used in naval battles, where it was deployed using specialized flamethrower-like devices. These devices, known as siphons, were mounted on ships and used to spray Greek fire onto enemy vessels. The siphons would release a jet of the highly flammable liquid, which would ignite on contact and spread rapidly across the surface of the water. The resulting flames could engulf enemy ships, causing massive destruction. The fire would burn through the hulls of wooden ships, set sails and rigging ablaze, and incapacitate entire fleets. The psychological impact of Greek fire on enemy forces was immense. The fear of being burned alive or trapped by the flames made Greek fire a weapon of terror as much as a weapon of war. One of the most famous instances of Greek fire being used in battle occurred during the siege of Constantinople in 673 to 674 CE. The city, which was the capital of the Byzantine Empire, was under attack by the Arab forces of the Umayyad Caliphate. The Arabs had laid siege to Constantinople in an attempt to capture the city, but the Byzantines had a secret weapon, Greek fire. The Byzantines used their naval fleet to launch Greek fire at the attacking Arab ships, devastating their forces and forcing them to retreat. The sheer power and effectiveness of Greek fire were so overwhelming that the Arabs were unable to continue their assault on the city, and the siege was eventually lifted. Greek fire's use during the siege of Constantinople marked one of the most significant victories for the Byzantine Empire and demonstrated the strategic importance of this ancient superweapon. It allowed the Byzantines to defend their city and retain control over their empire, which would last for several more centuries. Greek fire was instrumental in helping the Byzantines maintain their naval dominance in the Mediterranean and defend their territories against powerful enemies, including the Arabs, the Bulgars, and the Normans. Despite its effectiveness in battle, Greek fire was not without its drawbacks. The weapon was highly volatile, and it was difficult to control. The liquid could easily spill or ignite prematurely, causing accidents and injuries among the users. Additionally, the formula for Greek fire was closely guarded, and when the Byzantine Empire began to decline, the knowledge of how to produce Greek fire was lost. As the empire weakened and fell, the secret of Greek fire vanished with it, leaving only legends and rumors about its destructive power. Over the centuries, numerous theories have been proposed about the ingredients of Greek fire and how it worked. Some historians believe that it was made from a combination of crude oil or naphtha, which would have given the substance its ability to burn on water. Other theories suggest that quicklime, sulfur, and other chemicals could have been used to create the weapon. However, no conclusive evidence has been found to determine the exact composition of Greek fire, and it remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. The legacy of Greek fire extends beyond the Byzantine Empire. The weapon's effectiveness in battle inspired similar incendiary devices in later centuries. In the Middle Ages, European armies began to develop their own versions of Greek fire, though none were quite as effective as the original. During the Renaissance, gunpowder and firearms eventually replaced the need for incendiary weapons like Greek fire. However, the terror and awe inspired by Greek fire continued to influence military thought and the development of future weapons. Greek fire also had a lasting impact on naval warfare. Its ability to destroy ships and incapacitate entire fleets made it one of the earliest forms of naval firepower. The weapon's effectiveness in the hands of the Byzantines allowed them to maintain control over their naval dominance for centuries, and it laid the groundwork for future developments in naval weaponry. Although Greek fire itself was eventually forgotten, its legacy can still be seen in the development of modern flamethrowers and other incendiary weapons used in warfare. Today, the myth and mystery of Greek fire continue to captivate historians, scientists, and military enthusiasts alike. Despite numerous attempts to recreate it, no modern version of Greek fire has been able to replicate its devastating power. The secret of its composition may be lost to history, but the impact it had on ancient warfare remains undeniable. Greek fire was a weapon that struck fear into the hearts of enemies and allowed the Byzantine Empire to hold its ground against some of the most powerful forces in the world. It was a weapon that worked, and it worked well, but it was also a weapon that left behind more questions than answers. Thank you for joining us on this journey to uncover the mystery of Greek fire. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to subscribe to Shadow of History for more mysterious, dark, and untold stories from the past. Don't forget to like, share, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Until next time, stay curious and continue uncovering the untold stories that have shaped our world.